The European continent stands on the cusp of winter, bracing for the chill. La Niña, originating in the Pacific, signals colder than average temperatures. As the northern hemisphere tilts away from the sun, Europe prepares for winter. La Niña's presence will influence atmospheric circulation, impacting temperatures. While the entire continent may experience a colder winter, certain regions will bear the brunt. La Niña, the little sister of El Niño, brings cooler sea surface temperatures in the central and eastern Pacific Ocean. This phenomenon influences weather systems globally. In Europe, La Niña typically brings colder winters. The cooling effect is due to complex atmospheric interactions. Cooling in the Pacific triggers changes in the jet stream. The jet stream shifts, steering Arctic air towards Europe. This brings a sharp drop in temperatures and increased snowfall. While La Niña's influence on Europe's winter is undeniable, its effects are not uniform across the continent. This year, certain regions are expected to experience significantly colder temperatures than others, creating a stark contrast in winter conditions. France, the United Kingdom, and Scandinavia are bracing for particularly frigid temperatures, while southeastern Europe may experience a milder winter. France, the UK, and Scandinavia, geographically positioned in northern and western Europe, are directly in the path of the southward-dipping jet stream during La Niña winters. This makes them particularly susceptible to the influx of cold Arctic air, leading to prolonged periods of freezing temperatures and increased snowfall. The mountainous regions of these countries are likely to experience even harsher conditions, with heavy snowfall and blizzard-like conditions possible. In contrast, southeastern Europe, including countries like Greece, Bulgaria, and Romania, is expected to experience a relatively milder winter. This region, situated on the periphery of La Niña's influence, is less likely to be directly impacted by the southward shift in the jet stream. While some cold snaps are still possible, southeastern Europe is expected to enjoy a more temperate winter compared to its northern and western counterparts. As temperatures plummet across Europe, so too does the demand for energy skyrocket. The colder the winter, the more energy is required to heat homes, businesses, and public spaces. This surge in demand places immense strain on Europe's energy infrastructure, particularly during periods of extreme cold when energy consumption reaches its peak. Heating, a fundamental necessity during the harsh European winters, accounts for a significant portion of the continent's energy consumption. As temperatures drop, households and businesses crank up their heating systems, drawing heavily on the power grid. This surge in demand can push energy infrastructure to its limits, increasing the risk of blackouts, particularly in regions with aging or inadequate power grids. The increased reliance on heating during colder winters also has significant economic implications. Energy bills tend to skyrocket as households and businesses grapple with the higher costs associated with increased energy consumption. This can place a financial burden on individuals, families, and businesses, particularly those already struggling with the rising cost of living. Renewable energy faces challenges. Colder winters pose unique hurdles for wind power. Wind power relies on the unpredictable nature of wind. Extreme cold reduces wind speeds, lowering energy output. A diverse energy mix is crucial for energy security. Section 6. Atlantic storms, a looming threat to energy security. Adding to the energy challenges posed by colder temperatures, Europe also faces the prospect of increased Atlantic storm activity in October. These storms, often characterized by high winds, heavy rainfall, and coastal flooding, can disrupt energy infrastructure, further straining energy supplies during a time of heightened demand. Atlantic storms can wreak havoc on energy infrastructure, damaging power lines, toppling transmission towers, and flooding power stations. High winds can bring down trees and debris, causing widespread power outages, while heavy rainfall can inundate critical infrastructure, disrupting energy production and distribution. Coastal regions are particularly vulnerable to storm surges, which can flood coastal power plants and disrupt offshore wind farms. The potential for Atlantic storms to disrupt energy supplies during a period of increased demand underscores the importance of robust energy infrastructure and emergency preparedness. Investing in resilient infrastructure, such as underground power lines and storm-resistant transmission towers, can help mitigate the impact of extreme weather events. Section 7. Preparing for the frost, a call to action. As Europe braces for a colder than average winter, preparing for the potential challenges is paramount. Individuals, communities, and governments alike must take proactive steps to ensure energy security, protect vulnerable populations, and mitigate the economic impact of a harsher winter season. For individuals and households, preparing for a colder winter involves a combination of practical measures and energy-saving strategies. Insulating homes, sealing drafts, and investing in energy-efficient appliances can help reduce energy consumption and lower heating bills. Stocking up on essential supplies, such as warm clothing, blankets, and non-perishable food items, can provide a safety net in case of power outages or supply chain disruptions. Communities can prepare for a harsher winter by ensuring that public spaces, such as community centers and shelters, are adequately heated and stocked with emergency supplies. Establishing warming centers for vulnerable populations, such as the elderly and homeless individuals, can provide a safe haven during periods of extreme cold. Section 8. Bracing for winter, a collective endeavor. The impending colder winter in Europe, influenced by La Niña's chilling touch, presents a formidable challenge, but it is not an insurmountable one. By understanding the potential impacts, preparing for increased energy demand, and investing in resilient infrastructure, Europe can weather the storm and emerge from winter stronger and more resilient. Collaboration is key to navigating the challenges of a colder winter. Governments, energy providers, businesses, and individuals must work together to ensure energy security, protect vulnerable populations, and mitigate the economic impact of a harsher winter season. By sharing information, coordinating resources, and supporting one another, Europe can face the challenges of winter head-on. The impending winter serves as a reminder of humanity's interconnectedness with the natural world. As we brace for the cold, let us also reflect on the importance of addressing climate change, the root cause of these increasingly extreme weather events. By transitioning to a more sustainable future, we can create a world where future generations can face the winter months with greater resilience and security.